Hello and welcome back to another video with laserengravingbusiness.com, and this is going to be part 3 of how to start laser engraving business. And in part 3 we're going to go over some basic legal stuff and different things you may need to do to start selling items to protect yourself. So stay tuned. So a lot of people may start off with this business not really knowing whether or not they're going to like it or whether or not they're going to be successful. So they may be a little reluctant or hesitant to get an LLC or set up a liability insurance policy or keep track of their expenses and their income. And so a lot of people will purchase their laser and start creating products, and they're not real concerned about the different legalities of the business, and which is perfectly fine in my opinion. If you're just starting out and you're not sure whether you want to do this as a hobby or as a business, my recommendation is get your laser, get everything set up, learn as much as you can, and start creating things for your friends and family. And you don't have to sell it if you don't want to, but if you're wanting to sell it, that's a little bit of extra income just to friends and family. And most of the time selling it to family is relatively safe, and it allows you to figure out whether or not you like doing this type of business and whether or not you're going to want to do this for mass producing different things, whether you're going to want to deal with the public. And so this kind of just dips your toes in the water and allows you to see whether or not you like it. Now, if you decide that you want to take this business and go forward with it, and you're going to be selling it online, you're going to be selling products online, or you're going to be going to different local craft shows, or wherever the case may be, you start broadening your audience and your customers. You're going to want to protect yourself, and some of the things you're going to want to do is set up an LLC. And some people may start off as a sole proprietor or a doing business as, which the difference really comes down to an LLC just puts all of the business assets inside the business. And so when it comes to lawsuits and asset protection and liabilities, you're more protected with an LLC. And the person theoretically can only sue the business for what it's worth and the assets within the business, and they can't come after your personal assets. Whereas the doing business as or sole proprietorship, they can attack you and your business, your personal assets and your business. And so none of this advice is legal advice. None of this advice is in any way, shape, or form legal professional advice. So please seek a professional when it comes to insurance and taxes and business. This is just my advice. So after you set up an LLC, you establish a name, you set up your LLC, then you're going to want to get some type of insurance, a liability plan. I think most plans are fairly cheap for this type of business. Between $300 and $1,000 you should be able to find a decent liability plan. And this is just in case if somehow the products you create hurt someone, or wherever the case may be, you have some protection with the insurance, with the liability insurance. And so every state is different for setting up an LLC and insurance and all that kind of stuff. So you're going to want to learn your local policies and the LLC, how to locally set up an LLC, different things like that. You know, every state's different, every area is different, and that's going to be something you're going to have to research on your own. And there's a ton of information out there for people looking to start a business, that you can take that information and apply it to your business. Okay, so once you establish a name, you create your LLC, and you purchase a liability insurance agreement plan, the next thing you're going to want to do is create a bank account so that it's easier to keep track of all of your expenses and all of your income. So when it comes to tax time, you're able to have all your ducks in a row, and makes it real simple for either you, if you decide to do your taxes on your own, or for your CPA. And not 100% necessary, depends on how big your business is, but I recommend some type of tax software to keep track of your expenses and your income, such as QuickBooks. QuickBooks Online is a great tool, does really well, easy to use, and it's fairly cheap. So if you're having trouble and you've grown past the point of being able to keep up with your receipts and keep up with your income and expenses, QuickBooks is a great tool. But you're gonna definitely want to set up a bank account and only spend money out of there for expenses, and only put money in there from income that you make from your business. And there are different ways of withdrawing that money so that you can use it for personal bills and different things like that. That's going to be better suited for a CPA or a tax professional or a business professional. But how I generally do it is I'll withdraw a certain amount of cash per month, or maybe I just withdraw a little bit each week, and for tax purposes I just call it a owner's draw. And that allows me to keep track of how much money I'm taking out, of how much money I take out to apply for my personal expenses. Okay, guys, so I think I covered everything. Create a name, set up an LLC, purchase some liability insurance, set up a bank account for business, and hire a CPA or get some type of program to keep track of your expenses and income for tax time. And I think that's all I want to cover today. If I missed anything, please let me know down in the comments. I know it's been a while since I made a video for this series, but I do plan on continuing this series. So stay tuned for that. Subscribe, hit that bell to let you know when the next video comes out. And as always, I appreciate everyone who watches my videos, and it really helps me out if you click that like button and you subscribe to the channel. So thanks for watching.